Welcome to VRD History, where we dive into the research and development that defined the icons of motorsport. By the late 1990s, Scuderia Ferrari was no longer just a racing team, it was an empire. John Todt held the stopwatch and the political shield. Rory Byrne commanded the pit wall like a grandmaster on a chessboard. Rory Byrne drew lines of pure mechanical efficiency. And at the center of the wheel sat Michael Schumacher, a driver operating at a level of relentless perfection the sport had never seen. Together, they were the dream team, an unstoppable billion-dollar monolith engineered to conquer Formula One completely. To defeat an empire, you don't need an army, you need a mind. While Ferrari built a fortress of data, computers, and political might, one man stood in the shadows, armed with nothing but an outdated drawing board, a pencil, and an uncanny ability to literally see the air. To the Tifosi, he was the ultimate spoiler, the disruptor of the fairy tale, the chief antagonist to the Ferrari dream. His name is Adrian Newey. And this is the story of how one man's drafting board became Ferrari's greatest nightmare. To understand why Newey was the perfect antagonist, we have to look at how Ferrari built their success. Rory Byrne's Ferraris were masterpieces of structural rigidity, mechanical harmony, and predictability. They were built to let Schumacher exploit his fierce, aggressive driving style over a full race distance. But Newey looked at a racing car differently. Where others saw carbon fiber, Newey saw an obstacle blocking the air. After jumping ship from Williams to McLaren, Newey unleashed his first true weapon against the rising Ferrari empire, the 1998 McLaren MP4/13. Newey didn't just design a car, he manipulated the regulations. He lowered the center of gravity, narrowed the track width to meet the new 1998 rules, and perfectly optimized the aerodynamics to work with the groove tires that everyone else was struggling to understand. Suddenly, the dream team looked human. In 1998 and 1999, Newey's creations handed Mika Häkkinen consecutive world championships. Schumacher and Brawn pushed their cars to the absolute limit, but they were chasing a ghost. Newey's McLaren was cleaner in the air, sharper on the turn-in, and devastatingly fast. Ferrari realized that to win, they didn't just have to beat McLaren, they had to outthink the quiet Englishman with the clipboard. But an empire doesn't stay down for long. By 2000, the Ferrari dream team had fully synchronized. Rory Byrne weaponized their strategy, mastering the refueling eras with millisecond perfect pit stops. Rory Byrne started integrating aerodynamics with Ferrari's massive engine advantage, creating the iconic F2002, a car so dominant it felt illegal. Between 2000 and 2004, Ferrari didn't just win, they suffocated the sport. During this red hegemony, Newey was pushed to his absolute limits. At McLaren, he pushed the packaging of the car so far, demanding tighter side pods, radical cooling solutions, and extreme weight saving, that the cars began to break. The 2003 MP4/18 was so complex and fragile it never even raced. For a moment, it appeared the dream team had won the engineering war. Newey's extreme philosophy had backfired, caught in the gears of Ferrari's bulletproof reliability. But true antagonists don't go away, they pivot. In 2006, Newey made a move that shocked the paddock. He left the established giants of McLaren to join Milton Keynes' based team known more for throwing parties than winning races, Red Bull Racing. Ferrari, now transitioning away from the Schumacher era but still fiercely carrying the DNA of the Dream Team's design philosophies, didn't see them coming. By 2010, Newey had built his ultimate masterpiece, the Red Bull RB6. This was Newey's definitive revenge on the classical engineering school. While Ferrari focused on traditional aerodynamic efficiency and raw power, Newey re-engineered how an F1 car utilized engine exhaust gases. By routing the exhaust directly into the rear diffuser, Newey created the blown diffuser. It gave Red Bull unreal cornering speeds. It didn't matter how fast Ferrari was on the straights. Newey's car generated its own grip out of thin air. For 4 consecutive years, Ferrari, led by a brilliant Fernando Alonso, executing flawlessly through everything they had at the championship. But every single time, they ran face first into the aerodynamic wall built by Adrian Newey. The Dream Team legacy of absolute dominance was shattered, replaced by a new blue empire built from a pencil line. In the history of motorsport, we often glorify the drivers. We remember the red helmets, the raised fists, and the podium anthems. But the real war in Formula One is fought on a canvas of carbon fiber and air. The Ferrari Dream Team was arguably the greatest collective force the sport has ever seen. They built a machine of flawless execution, and yet, history will remember that their greatest threat wasn't a rival engine manufacturer or a rival driver. It was a single man who refused to stop drawing. Adrian Newey played the villain to Maranello for over 2 decades, but not out of malice. Out of pure, uncompromising genius. And in doing so, he forced the Dream Team to become legendary, simply to survive him. Thanks for watching VRD History. If you enjoyed this technical deep dive, hit the like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which Newey creation was his absolute masterpiece. Until next time, keep your eyes on the line.